Ryan Taylor, I guess, has made a name for himself in championship wrestling from Hollywood.
Hollywood,
Okay, correct. Stu Stone,
yes.
very prominent figure over there. Okay,
yes.
So I'm sure he speaks very highly.
Very
of Ryan.
prominent reason for Taylor coming to FSW.
So the jury is out. I'm going to be very optimistic from what I've heard about Ryan Taylor, even though I've never seen him wrestle. Let me tell a little story about Willie Mack. Now, Willie Mack has been making a name for himself over in Lucha Underground as of late.
Yes.
And I talked to my good friend Conan.
Yes.
And you know what they're calling him backstage?
What is that?
Chocolate Caliente.
There you go. Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate, Willie Mack. No, not hot chocolate. Chocolate Caliente. So, in honor of Conan, I will be referring to Willie Mack this match as Chocolate Caliente.
There you have it. And Willie Mack is a man that we know well here in FSW, a big crowd favorite. Just the appearance of Willie Mack just gets everybody in a happy mood. Willie Mack just brings happiness.
Well, they're fans. I mean, because the guy's got a very unique skill set. He's an excellent professional wrestler. He's got a lot of charisma, which you don't see a lot of guys have these days. You know, a lot of the younger guys, a lot of these younger guys, Joe, they're kind of like carbon copies of each other. They know the moves. They can do the dives. They can fly through the ropes, but they don't have that personality, that it factor that a guy like Chocolate Caliente shows each night.
Well, I get you on that. And here's a guy, Ryan Taylor, very, very technically sound. Went over to Japan for a couple of years and learned his craft out there and has come back to the United States. And he's a guy who I think you're going to like very much, very old school mentality. You know, he is a guy that goes in there, no nonsense, Disco Inferno.
Well, if he's got an old school mentality, then he probably has some of the skills that a lot of these young guys don't show these days on TV, and that's the ability to beat people up at some point. You know, if this guy can throw those knuckles and, at some point show some fight in him, then that's the old school type of wrestler that I'd like to see.
You know, he's a guy, he's going to work a body part. He's going to try to wear you down.
Like Art Anderson.
He's not going to set up a spot to have this big move.
Right.
He's looking to get. He knows that he's not going to beat Willie Mack in a minute and 45 seconds.
Right.
He's going to try to wear down Willie Mack and use his skill set to walk away with the victory.
So he's trying to win. So he's like one of these guys, like he's out there not thinking in that mindset that a lot of these young wrestlers have these days where he's trying to get all of his stuff in. He's trying to get this guy and maybe has to forego some of the things in his skill set in order to adapt to taking a guy like Willie Mack down.
And Willie Mack...
excuse me. Chocolate Caliente.
That's right. So
Joe, can I get one Chocolate Caliente out of you?
Chocolate Caliente.
Yeah, Chocolate
that
Caliente.
Sounds good. I like it.
It's got a great ring to it.
You know, we will be here live next week, the Silverton Casino, our 6-year anniversary show, Disco.
6 years you guys have been around, huh?
Very excited about it. Huge main event. Brian Cage will be defending in a 4-way match against Tyshawn Prince, Kevin Cross, and the first ever FSW heavyweight champion, Kenny King.
Wow, that's a big match.
That is a huge main event. The winner of this match will take on Jacob Austin Young for the vacant No Limits title. And we got so many good things. Tickets available, silvertoncasino.com. Get your tickets. We got some big announcements for our show in June. Disco Inferno, we hear your name is on the card, taking on somebody we're going to have to talk about a little bit later on who got the best of your partner recently.
We'll discuss that. And when we finally put pen to paper on that, I'll be free to discuss it. But up until then, Joe, let's just say that guy that we're talking about has been running his mouth a lot and have been running his mouth a lot around town.
Yes, he has.
A guy like me is the type of guy that'll shut you up in a heartbeat.
Well, we're going to look forward to hearing more about that as Ryan Taylor, he is just wearing down and grounding your guy, Willie Mack.
He's working the left arm, and he's taking that away. You know, maybe like what he should be doing here is, taking the left arm. Actually, really had worked the left arm enough to where Willie Mack's got a little bit of strength left in that.
And as we said, Ryan Taylor's not looking to wow the crowd, kind of like a Floyd Mayweather, trying to wear you down, outpoint you. When he finds the situation is ready to pounce, he will be there.
So he's kind of like so what you're saying is he's maybe like the highest paid guy in FSW, kind of like Floyd Mayweather, right? Like he makes all the money. Like this guy's like Ryan Taylor's part of the money team. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about.
We compared him to Floyd Mayweather, Joe, and I'm trying to trap you in your own words here.
You're always trying to trap me. It's been a while, Disco, but I still know those little tricks.
Ryan Money Taylor. Is that his name?
It could be now. He may have a new nickname. And right now, Willie kind of reversing it.
What Willie should do here is he's got him in position. He could put a Cobra clutch on this guy like right now. I don't understand why he doesn't do it.
Willie definitely has the weight advantage on Ryan Taylor. And he's kind of using his body to lean up against Taylor right now.
You know what Willie should be doing is he should take Ryan Taylor's right. Yep, he screwed it up. He should have grabbed Ryan Taylor's right wrist with his left hand, taken the right arm and put it across his neck, and strapped in a Cobra clutch. $1 million dream right there, Joe. He really missed an opportunity there. Ooh!
And the big right hand by Ryan Taylor. Oh, and look at that.
They're laying the smackdown on each other right now.
And Taylor feeling it, but he comes back with the forearm right to the jaw. And as I said before, these guys know each other well. They've pounded on each other for many years. First time here in FSW, and it is the semifinals of the No Limit title tournament. And these guys are just going back and forth. And who's going to get the best of this exchange?
We got a slobber knocker here.
And Ryan Taylor looked like a hockey fight was breaking out.
It did look like a hockey fight. Ooh! And he caught him with a flying forearm there, Joe. Chocolate Caliente.
And Willie Mack trying to turn it up.
Wow.
And look at the speed.
Wow, he's hit him like a freight train.
Oh, and look at that, the huge kick to the side of the head. Can Willie Mack put away Ryan Taylor and get Jacob Austin Young in the finals? 1, 2. But Ryan Taylor is able to kick out.
Well, the problem there is Willie Mack got a little bit too blown up doing all that running. He should have tried to pin him right away, but he got a little gas there. That's what as soon as he hit him with that kick, Joe, he should have gone for the cover, then tried to get his breath. But he tried to get his breath first, Joe.
And once again, the big forearm.
Ooh.
And another one as Willie Mack just teeing off on Ryan Taylor, who comes back with the big boot. But look at this. He gets caught. And the South Central drop by Willie Mack.
Uh-oh, whoa, look at that. He tried to kip up, Joe, and he couldn't. He hurt his knee. He hurt his knee. He's got to blow. He blew his ACL, Joe, right there on national TV. I saw it. It popped out. His knee popped out of socket.
Is that what you saw?
I heard it pop, Joe. I heard it pop. He blew his ACL out.
Going for the kip up.
Ooh, and
look at that.
And that's it. All she wrote for
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Of the head, the cover. 1, 2.
No, he didn't get him. Chocolate Caliente showed some intestinal fortitude there.
And it looked like Ryan Taylor thought the match was over. And there he goes back to the left arm, Disco Inferno.
Interesting choice of holds there right now.
And he's looking
especially since Willie Mack was favoring the knee. I mean, I would go for the leg, wouldn't you, Joe?
Well, you would think, but I guess he felt that he's worn down the arm enough.
Well, here's another guy that could probably use some instruction from me. Maybe I should run down there and pull him aside and give him some instruction right now.
As Willie breaks the hold.
Maybe I should go run down there and give him some instruction right now, Joe. He could probably use a good 30-second sabbatical from me.
He probably could. Who couldn't?
Who couldn't? I should be a manager, Joe.
You should be.
For all these guys.
We've talked about it in the past. You have a large skill set, Disco Inferno. Very, very underutilized, I believe, here in FSW.
Well, nobody would disagree with that.
Even Mike Modest saw the ways of having disputes with you and felt it was better to fight with you than against you.
Well, he knew that. I mean, that was common sense. I mean, Mike's a smart guy.
Taylor over the top, but Willie Mack is out of the way.
Ooh, the big flying elbow by Chocolate Caliente.
Oh, and over the top he
what on
goes.
earth? Back in the day, that was a disqualification in Mid-South Wrestling. If Bill Watts was in charge, he would have been disqualified on the spot.
Oh, and over the top, Willie Mack. There'd also be a 20 count right now.
It'd be a 20 count. There'd be no padding on the floor, Joe.
And right now,
like you said, Ryan Taylor was an old school throwback, right?
That is correct.
So this is an interesting choice of maneuvers.
Now, if both of these guys get counted out, Disco Inferno, does Jacob Austin Young win the No Limits title?
Well, you're the expert here. You tell me, Joe.
I would have to believe that if nobody advances, Jacob Austin Young would be the winner.
Or will we have overtime?
That is a possibility.
Do we have to have a winner here, Joe? Is that the case? Yes or no? If it's a tournament, I would think that maybe he gets a bye and he wins by default.
That's what I'm pretty sure would be. As Willie Mack, though, he is going to the top rope, and he is looking to finish off Ryan Taylor in advance.
Oh, wow. He went for the Eddie Guerrero frog splash, and he screwed it up.
And nobody is home.
Ooh.
And the big axe kick. 1, 2. Oh.
No, he didn't get it because he didn't delay.
I
now he's going for the Japanese armbar.
I thought it was over.
This is one of Chris Jericho's 1,004 holds. Armbar.
And right now, Willie Mack, he is trying to get out of it. But Ryan Taylor has got it latched. And look at this. Willie
no, he does not have it. Looks like Willie countered it. Chocolate Caliente. Oh, and he's...
And look at this, he's just driving him down.
He's just clobbered him into the mat. What a great move by Willie Mack.
And Ryan Taylor, and look at this, Willie Mack.
And a T-bone suplex out of nowhere. Chocolate Caliente's got it rolling right now.
Going for the cover. 1, 2.
No, he did not get him.
You know, it took him just a split second longer than he probably wanted, Disco, and that might have cost him the match.
Boy, both of these guys that were getting the waning parts of the match right here, they're both kind of blown up. Who's going to go over, Joe? Who are you picking here?
It's too tough to call right now. It looks like Willie Mack's got it in control, but look at this. Ryan Taylor, he is the guy that could pull some moves out.
That's a UFC submission right there, Joe. That's a triangle choke, isn't it?
You know, he's got the back.
That's a good old-fashioned triangle choke.
As we said, Ryan Taylor technically very, very sound. He may win this match through a submission, but Willie is still able to fight it off as he's got some usage of that left arm. And look at the power.
Wow, look at this. Wow, Willie Mack, what strength.
And he fires him into the top turnbuckle and is able to fight him off. Oh, and look at that kick to the face. Willie Mack didn't see it coming. And look at this. Ryan Taylor, 1, 2, 3.
No, he didn't even get him with that. Holy smokes.
And Ryan Taylor cannot believe that Willie Mack on many different occasions has been able to keep this match going.
He's trying to get him to submit again, and he still hasn't tapped out, Joe. He hasn't tapped out yet. I don't know why he thinks he's going to tap out now.
You know, Ryan Taylor, as we talked about earlier, he's going to stay what he feels has got him to the dance, and he is not going to adjust his set. Look at this, Willie Mack tapped out.
Wow, I can't believe it.
Ryan Taylor victorious. He wore down Willie Mack just enough, and I guess wearing down that left arm did what it needed to do, Disco Inferno. Very impressive. Ryan Taylor with a submission victory against Willie Mack.
I'm super impressed. He got Chocolate Caliente to tap out. That is a huge upset in my eyes, Joe. Wow, I am very impressed by Ryan Taylor. What a great victory. He tapped out Willie Mack. Can you believe that?
The match is set. Ryan Taylor and Jacob Austin Young. A very interesting matchup next Friday night, June 5th.
I'm going to have to make Ryan Taylor the favorite in that match from what I've seen here, Joe.
Definitely a possibility. Looking forward to that match. Disco, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Let's hurry up and get to the sportsbook before the line changes on this match. I think I can get Ryan Taylor at a really good number.
There you have it. Ryan Taylor advances. We'll see you again next week.